Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 79 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka Ty Lance, aka your mom called me over just to grill up some steak. And I'm here as always with the kid JB. What's good?
Happy to see another 24 hours. It's the kid JB. Could have been right last week. Mr. Told You So. Not because I'm always right, but shit. When I'm right, I'm like, yo, I told you so. That's me, the kid JB. Also, Mr. Busted Bracket over here. I thought I was a March Madness bracketologist. I
Bro,
am a noob.
bro,
Busted in the Sweet 16. Ain't so sweet.
bro. I was feeling good. Like, honestly, I was basically my bracket has been fine until literally Gonzaga losing, and I fucked my whole shit up because I had them winning. But otherwise, I had like all the Final Four. I think maybe I had like one Final Four pick wrong, but I still had like the championship game still set, the winner still set, and then Gonzaga. I mean, they lost Texas Tech. I should have known, bro. Don't ever. Gonzaga always does this shit. I don't know why. I was like, maybe they got to win one year, right?
Well, I mean, they did a couple years ago. So,
Did they? I thought
yeah.
they haven't won yet. I thought.
No, they have. I think we'll have to do my research. But wait, we man, the Bucket Up Podcast, Volume 79. Man. Like I said, the kid JB is one of the longest intros. But how you doing, son?
I am good. You know, I already told you about my bracket being busted. Just been chilling. It was a shout out to the homie Trav as always. It was his birthday weekend. His birthday was on Thursday, so we've been kicking it up with him, doing a bunch of shit. Otherwise, I kind of just been chilling. Katie was down in Vegas for a bachelorette party, so the homie had the whole condo to himself.
Shouts to Trev.
Well, I was in here turning it up. I was actually just watching. I watched all of the season 3 of a Netflix show, which I guess I can review that later on. But that's what my weekend was. That and then going downtown, went to some hipster bar in Phoenix, and then we went to some other bars downtown. It was cool kicking it with the homies. What was your weekend, bro?
That's cool, man. Happy birthday, Trev. AKA been at the movies, AKA already saw it, AKA the refill on the popcorn is good.
AKA AZ Food King.
AKA Mr. Blue. Blue Abadie. I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
But anyway, man, happy birthday, man. Shouts to growth. Anyway, we out here. My weekend, man, was funny. Movie review. I'm proud of myself. I actually watched a new movie.
Oh shit!
Yeah, not in the theaters, on Netflix.
Okay, what did you watch? What we got?
It was called Room to Rent or Room for Rent.
Oh, okay, was it good? What's it about? Give us break it down. Give us a synopsis.
It's about a room that happened to be for rent.
Okay.
Nah. So, long story short, this is actually non-spoilers. Is this guy won the lottery at 18 years old and then blew through the money? Doesn't kind of really explain how he blew through it, but you kind of got to get an idea throughout the movie. And he's living at home with his parents. He's in his like mid-30s or early 30s or something like that. And then they have to sell the house because the father is retiring retiring early.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't work because, he's afraid of being like in public.
Mm-hmm.
So they're afraid on how to keep the house. So they put a open, room for rent sign, and a weird guy comes and rents the room. And then the rest, I'll leave up for the buckets to go see.
Okay.
And,
is there anybody we know in this movie?
I mean, if you watch, you would know some of the actors. I'm not good at knowing that stuff or paying attention. But I've definitely seen these guys in movies before, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I guess that would make some sense.
Right. So I will recognize the mom in it was the wife in Tommy Boy. So old school, but
I don't even remember the wife in Tommy Boy.
She was okay, whatever.
You just gonna say the wife again?
No, I was gonna say the one. She was the one that was married twice. Remember, she was like married to what we thought was the son.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, but I didn't really go into it with a lot of expectations because it's a Netflix movie, so I don't really hold them to the same standard as real movies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was stupid and really bad. And at one point, it was funny.
Also, it wasn't even good.
Nah, and what's funny? What's funny is I watched it in 2 parts because at one part it gets kind of like dark, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be like a sadistic slasher type movie," you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, "Yeah, I'm not like ready for all this right now," so I went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day I watched it and I was like, this shit's corny. And it was nothing like that.
Yeah, I just like looked it up, and it's like nobody on here. Like it's people you do been in shit, but you really don't know. The one dude's from Suits. If anybody watches Suits, he's Mike in Suits.
Mm. But
So
anyway,
I don't know if people want to. It's funny. We should throw out the bad Netflix movies, because like if we being honest, most of the movies on Netflix, especially if they're made by Netflix, are bad. You know what I mean?
right. So
Like I heard. Go ahead.
I give him like one bucket hat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was about to say, because I had heard a story of some movie called Christian Mingle that's on fucking Netflix, and the way that it was described to me sounds fucking wild. And it's like the girl Gretchen Wieners from Mean Girls is the main chick, and she like finds a dude on Christian Mingle even though she's not Christian, and he like at one point breaks up with her because like, I don't think you're Christian enough.
Oh man. Damn.
So good old Netflix movies, bro.
I'd be disqualified from Jump.
Right? It's like, bro, what is this movie? This is wild. But
so that was the movie that I saw. But yeah, dude, it was all right.
Okay, that's cool. What did I see this weekend? I got more on the TV shows aspect. I got a couple things only movie I saw Us Again.
Huh.
Yeah, I wanted to see what it would be like to see it from this perspective of knowing the ending the whole time. Like I'm not gonna spoil it again because we don't have to do the whole like no spoilers and shit. Shout out to Trav because he said he saw it after listening to our spoilers, which is wild. But yeah, no, I mean, I still had the same problems, and then not even like, cause obviously the plot holes are still there. But I would say watching it the second time, I was just like, if you just take it for like what it is, face value, like the movie's good in terms of like how like they made it. Like if you just ignore, you gotta obviously with every horror movie, you gotta suspend some disbelief. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if you do that, the movie's still good. It's just you just thinking like, okay, I don't really know like what he's meaning by all the other things. Like I don't know what all the subversive meanings are. And there's a lot of ways. The person I was with tried to take from it that it was like a reflection of like how we present ourselves on social media versus how we present ourselves or how we are in real life, and like how that can be detrimental to ourselves. And I was like, oh, that's a like unique take that I didn't think of. You know what I mean?
Well, I was saying like I was saying that to Joel, like there's also an ability to look like people always perceive that they're doing something instead of actually doing the thing. Like when they Snapchat at a concert instead of just enjoying the concert, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
but yeah, so that that was I went and saw Us Again because there wasn't really. I mean, I could have went and saw Dumbo, but like I didn't like the Dumbo cartoon, so I wasn't really about going to see the live action. I don't know. I fuck with Danny DeVito though, so maybe it hit. I don't really know, but the other thing I did this weekend though is I watched all of season 3 of Santa Clarita Diet. I don't know if you heard of that show.
nah.
So it got Drew Barrymore in it, and she this is going way back to season 1, but she wakes up, or I guess she eats some bad food, and she becomes basically a zombie, and it's like a zombie comedy.
Zombie.
Yeah, pretty much, and it's a good ass show. Obviously, they're on season 3. It's mostly like about like kind of like finding light in the dark world or whatever the fuck if you want to be all artsy about it. But I think it's I enjoy season 3. If you haven't seen Santa Clarita Diet, it's a really good binge. And you on 3 seasons, so you got like I know some people who they like to wait until a whole series is kind of out so they have something to binge. So you got 3 solid seasons you can go binge and catch up before they drop another one next year. Hopefully Netflix doesn't cancel it because Netflix has been canceling all the good shit. So I don't know.
Yeah, as long as they got Office, I'm good.
Also, Barry comes back tonight and Veep. So shouts to have you heard of the Barry show?
Yeah, I tried watching a couple episodes, wasn't into it.
Yeah, you wasn't about it, bro. The assassin trying to be an actor.
Yeah, not a big fan.
Oh, okay. I enjoy it. So
Hey,
yeah, those are my reviews.
I ain't knocking you numb or yum,
Okay.
or whatever it's called. But yeah, so the other parts of my weekend was funny. I had to give a recap to my second dentist story because the first one hit so much. So I went to the dentist on Friday, and luckily they did. I was scared because this time they were filling a cavity on top of deep cleaning, and the first deep cleaning was pretty painful, so I was nervous plus some. But this time they were mad cool, and they actually numbed my teeth without any needles breaking or anything like that.
Jesus.
And yeah, we were good, man. I was in and out like the burger shop, and yeah, since I paid for all of it like the first time around, it was good. Like getting some operation done and just walking out with like a thank you.
Right.
So shouts to that. Shouts to this doctor, man. This dentist, he's on point, gets you in and out, and he's negotiable with prices, so flexible.
That's what's up.
So yeah, shouts to that. And then breakfast review, man. Yesterday was mad funny. Since I was going to broadcast, shouts to the AZCFL, burn, down in Tucson. Joel and I got some food here in Phoenix first, and we went to this spot called Scramble, where it was kind of like.
Oh yeah, I've been to Scramble.
Okay, so you know what it's like, where it's like a cafeteria, and
explain it to the homies.
So you walk up to the counter and you order what you want first, cafeteria style. Then you sit down, they bring it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered a burrito and some French toast. It was fuego beyond fuego. Joel ordered some eggs and some like hash browns, but for some reason they were really oily. Like when she opened up, like picked up an egg, like it was dripping.
What Scramble? You guys are in a Scramble in Tempe, I'm guessing?
In Tempe, yeah. No, Tempe, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so it was funny because that's another dynamic we never really touched on, is like when you get food that's awesome, but the person you're with gets food that sucks, and you're like, oh, right. Hey, I feel bad, but my shit's slapping,
Right. Actually, that's funny because yesterday when we went to the Yard, which is like a glorified culinary dropout. I've had culinary dropout in Scottsdale, and I always thought it was trash and like overly hipster for no reason. And so we said, oh, we're going to the Yard, and then somebody told me that that's basically just a culinary dropout, and I was like, oh shit. And so we go, everybody gets their food, and I got like a burger. I asked for the burger medium, and I asked for I was like, oh, let me throw an egg on top. And oh, how you want the egg cooked? And I was like, oh, cook that one over medium too. You know what I mean? Because I kind of like the gook, the egg gook. I was probably not a good name for it, but you know what I mean? And so like everybody else's food comes out, my food comes out, and like people are, they're all like, oh man, the steak is really good, this ravioli is hitting, and like my fucking burger is cooked well done. The eggs is fucking fried hard. And I'm like, all right, and then like the burger don't really taste like anything. And like, it had barbecue sauce on it. So like I still was able to, I just ate it because I'm like, I'm never gonna send back a burger for being cooked too. Because it's just a burger, bro. It's not that big a deal to me.
Man, we're like food elitists now.
Nah, no, but I'm not gonna send back a burger. Like a steak, if I ask you for a steak cooked medium and you bring it out to me well done, I'm gonna send that shit back. But
if I order a lobster and it comes back still swimming, you gotta bring that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm not about to do that to a burger though. But everybody else is like, oh, you didn't like, because I already knew I already didn't fuck with the place like that. And they're like, oh, our food is good. And I'm like,
that don't help.
I'm like, damn, yeah, my burger. I like it's just maybe it's just me. They just fucked my shit up, but whatever. I guess.
Well, yeah. So I enjoyed breakfast, but she didn't. But oh well. Win some, lose some.
Like, hey,
But
damn. Well, I mean, that happens all the time because I get food and I regret what the fuck I get every time because I don't know what the hell I want. And then Katie gets like French toast, and I'm like, I should have got French toast.
yeah, I mean, I do that all the time. I got plate envy where every time I go with
Mhm.
a group, I'm like, damn, I feel like people order from a secret menu.
Right.
Man, I'm like, they didn't have that on the menu I got to choose from.
Right.
But
I think I just don't need. No matter. I mean, it doesn't matter how many choices on the menu. I'm gonna still fuck it up. But like, I just don't need mad choices because then I'm like sitting there like I don't know what the fuck to get.
it's always like, ah, man, yeah, and that happens all the time. There's always gonna be someone that gets better food than you.
All right.
But what's funny is then I will tell you a funny CFL story real quick, and then we'll get to it. Is I went down to Tucson to broadcast, so shout out to AZCFL. Shout out to Matt Archer, he's the commissioner and avid bucket listener, so shout out to him. He actually made a funny joke. Yeah, he's actually a Trump supporter, Republican. I don't know where he stands about Trump going forward, but we talk about it, and he's actually pretty level-headed when it comes to like, civil arguments and stuff, or not even arguments, just civil like talking points.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of just avoid it because we know where each other stand, but it's all good because like we don't need to talk about that shit.
Right.
But what's funny is Joelle came with me to the game because I don't really like driving like that, so she was there to drive back, and during where she sat, she was kind of sitting right beneath our view. So she didn't want to stand and kind of get in our way because she didn't know when we were broadcasting. So when the anthem played, everybody was like standing by her.
Oh wow.
And Matt goes, "Oh, I forgot your girl's a Democrat."
Damn, they said she was Kaepernick, bro.
Yeah, I was laughing so hard. I was like, "Damn, my girl out here making a statement."
Trying to get them Nike checks, bro. I get it.
Yeah, while I'm like broadcasting, it's like just do it. If you gotta risk everything.
Yeah, like yeah, stand for something. Even if it means you gotta risk it all.
Like even if it's your boyfriend's broadcasting gig.
Damn, bro, that's funny.
But it was funny because I didn't even get the joke till like after. I was like, "Oh, that was funny,"
Yeah, like it's like who cares?
Yeah, I was laughing because now, yeah, it's not even that thing.
Also, it's just like because y'all standing up for the national anthem at like a arena football game. Can you imagine somebody getting mad about that?
Well, I mean, I don't stand either, so
yeah, I know, but it's just like can you imagine somebody actually getting mad about that?
Yeah, there's
like,
not even anyone singing. It's just like on a radio, but
right. Is there even a flag there? You don't even know where to face.
No, the flag's on it was on a jumbotron. But anyway, shouts to the CFL, man. They the homies. But anyway, getting to it, man. Yeah, what was the rest of Trav's birthday like Saturday night?
Yeah, I guess it kind of moves into my next our next like category or our topic or whatever. Because it was cool. Like we chilled, we were at the yard. They started playing some wild techno, like dubstep, like whoom, shit.
The worst.
Yeah, I was like,
worst.
Yeah, I was like, bro, what? And like, everybody's kind of having like regular conversations, and they're going on about their like, just continuing on. And I'm just like pausing, and I'm just chilling there. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? The fuck is this music, bro? How can y'all just have a regular conversation when fucking robots are having sex on the goddamn radio and shit?
And going to the dentist, it sounds like.
Right?
Robots at the dentist.
I'm just like, bro, I can't. And then it was just like weird because they switch it up and then they go to like a rap song. You're like, all right, maybe they going back to normal, and then they'd be like old school rap. You're like, okay, cool. And then it just roll into dubstep, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
And then they kind of brought it back. They were doing hip hop again. I was just like, what the fuck is this, man? I couldn't do it. But
yeah, that's the worst, man. You're on the dance floor and you hear like my Adidas won't. Like, man.
I mean, obviously, I used to be a DJ, and I don't want to be like, because you know how people are. People get pretentious and shit about, which is funny because all you do is hit fucking play button. But yeah, I just hate when I go to bars or anywhere that they're playing music, and even in their DJ, and I know you gotta keep it fast paced because you don't want people to stop dancing. But I just hate when they play a song and then they don't play like the part that everybody likes. Like I don't know if I'm the only one who catches that.
Yeah, but does that do they do that on purpose to get people's attention?
I don't. I think they're just like they don't want to play. They're afraid to play like more than like 40 seconds of a song because they think people gonna get bored if they don't if they don't put like a fucking fucking bass drop into a fucking EDM thing, or if they don't switch it to another song, people gonna be like, "What is the DJ doing?" But it's like, nah, man. People want to hear the best parts of the songs that they like. So if you got a song that's featuring Drake, everybody knows the Drake verse. You don't just play the part of the guy that nobody knows. You know what I mean?
Right, little Chucky or whatever.
Yeah, you don't like, and again, like sometimes those people are cool, but like you don't play that and then cut out the Drake part. You know what I mean? You don't play fucking problems and then don't play the Kendrick part. What are you doing? You know what I mean? But so that, that's just a pet peeve of mine. So when I hear I'm there and then you just fucking dubstepping over fucking Tupac songs, I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing? And then the worst thing they had, like you heard Tatiana by Blueface, right?
Yeah, I like the Young M.A remix.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. But like they played like a remix of Tatiana, but it was on Justin Timberlake's like Senorita, but and then it had like dub in it, and I'm like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, no thanks.
And I was like, is this fucking what's going on? And everybody was just going about it. Maybe I'm the only one who cared because I was just like fuck. But that's one thing. That's just me. But also just like how much you enjoy going out as you get older. Like you kind of just wane. You kind of want to do me right now. I'm at the point in my life where I definitely prefer a house party over going out downtown or going out to a club any day. I don't know about you.
I mean, I think the idea of going out and everyone has their own like purposes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But usually my own back when out in the day when I was like in college and stuff, the whole point of socializing, I thought was to meet people, mainly girls. And if I'm kind of satisfied and content with that right now, obviously in my life, it's like I just rather do things that enhance the interaction with the people I'm with.
Right.
And going to a bar is not maximizing the time I'm spending with these people because it's way less intimate, where I rather be with you guys. Like, for example, if it's me and Joel, you and Katie, Trav and Aubrey, I want us 6 at a house rather than us 6 at a bar having to yell over fucking robots having sex.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
like even then, I want, because like there's a difference. Like the club is where you're like definitely, but it's like I like that. I like the opportunity to dance, and I like hearing my music loud. But like I don't want to have to be like, even when I'm there, I'm like so many strangers. Like I'm probably not gonna dance, and then like I'm not about to, you know what I mean? Like obviously I'm not hunting for chicks, so like that whole, because that's like the main thing that. But like girls go out to have fun. And like sometimes they don't want to be bothered. And like it's cool if I'm drunk as shit and it's for an occasion. You know what I mean? But like if I'm just out, then it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's I'd rather have be at a party, drink at my own pace. I'm not worried about, how much drinks cost, how much I'm about to spend. I'm not worried about how I'm getting home as much, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, if you had a friend's house party, you might, you always got the option to maybe kick it, you know what I'm saying? Or, or you got somebody, everybody there, so somebody can get you a ride home. You know what I mean? And you can go back and pick up your car from their house instead of, oh, I can't leave my car downtown at a fucking meter overnight. You know what I mean?
Right. That's always like people's fears, and that's why they tend to drive drunk and be like, "Nah, I got it. Yo, right. You don't know me. Get off me."
Right.
Sound like I talk from experience.
but yeah, no. So it's like I still miss like college, and it's funny because even in college, we would go to the bars, but as I got older in college, we would kind of we kick it at our homie, because me and Katie used to hang out with the soccer girls. That's how I know Bortney. Shout out to Bortney. And like they had a house, and we just kick it there, and we'd be drinking and playing beer pong and like chilling, listening to like whatever music we wanted to, and we have to worry about other people. And then first it'd be like we'd only like pregame for an hour, then go to the bars, and then like over as we like got older in like the years and shit, we'd be like at the fucking house until like 1, and we're like, yo, are we going to the bars? You know what I mean? And then we'd go for the bars for 30 minutes, and that'd be a wrap.
Yeah,
it was still fun. Yeah, it was but like the bar was right there, and it wasn't like wild cover charges. But like we just go and like, hey, we had fun just fucking kicking it at the crib.
We had that at house parties back in college. We see because I was more of the stoner crew, and we would be smoking at the crib, playing Madden, playing Madden. All of our phones would be blowing up because there'd be a party and people were trying to get us over there, and it'd be like 1:32, and we're like, yo, y'all want to roll to the party? Everyone's like, yeah, let's do it, yo, let's chill. And we go there, and everyone's like pretty much cleaning up, and the people that threw the party would just look at us like, bruh, y'all suck, man. Like, why you even show up? And like,
right.
We're like, oh, we came to smoke with y'all, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, all right, man. So we used to do that, man. And yeah. But what's funny, as I get older too, man, like, and this, we'll lead into it. Got some good news for the buckets out there. I've developed some anxiety as I gotten older, and like, I just realized that like we talked about it, like episode 40 something about being in our element. Right. And I'm just really not fascinated, but I'm just like truly into chilling at home, watching Netflix or watching TV. Like, I don't know if it like, I'm afraid of the world or whatever it may be, but like, I don't know, man. I find comfort in just chilling. I mean, I think the ultimate combination for that is going to go get happy hour sushi or happy hour appetizers or something, and then taking it back to the crib and playing board games and stuff.
Right.
Like that to me is the ultimate fun night.
And I like going and doing like I'll go do an escape room. I'll go, and if drinking is like wine tours sounds fire. I need to go on one. Even though I don't fuck with wine like that, you know what I'm saying? I'll go on a beer tour or something.
Yeah, I'll do extravagant like one-off shit, but I'm saying like the weekly, nightly stuff, like I don't really go out. The reason I would go out is for food that,
Right.
But Joel and I have been talking about checking out some jazz. I think I'd be down to do some of that.
Go to a jazz club. That sounds like just because it's like random,
Yeah, that, and then maybe go see some like go to an art gallery or something. I think it'd be tight.
Something like that's fire, but I've only done it one time, but I need to do again. Is like comedy clubs are fire, even if you don't know like the people as much or they're not as like famous. Like, because usually those people are decent, and then you're in the atmosphere that kind of is conducive to laughing. You know what I mean?
Right. That's a good idea. Comedy, or even I like spoken word stuff, so maybe check that type of stuff out, like Def Jam poetry and stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's how Kanye started.
Yeah.
But nah, man, getting to it. Shouts to Burn. We got some big news for the buckets, man. We've officially joined a partnership and sponsorship and relationship with Sunday Scaries.
Hey, you got sponsors out here.
An official anxiety awareness gummies and oils, as I like to call them, and what they are. Pretty much, we talk about on the pod often about my anxiety that I deal with, social and driving. Kind of touching on not liking to go out because I hate driving. I fear about getting a parking spot. Will there be a parking spot? Will I have to pay for one? Will there be a lot of traffic? I recovered from a car accident, so I'm really like antsy. Palms are sweaty, like Eminem and 8 Mile. And beyond that, little things like, hey, where do you want to go out to dinner? I don't know. Is it going to cost a lot? Are they going to have foods that I like? Is there going to be mean servers? Is there going to be bad service? A lot of, indecisiveness and a lot of, second guessing. And, what's cool about this company is they're kind of trying to bring the culture and the humors and the light side of anxiety and letting people know that it's okay to be okay. And it's okay to not be okay as well. And the cool thing about that, man, is that's something that we try to preach on, is like humor is one of the best medicines. Like you just said, like if you're feeling down, you can go to a comedy club and be around like a lighthearted environment.
Right.
But yeah, man. So you can go to sundayscaries.com and check out their CBD oils and gummies. It's really helpful, dude. If you just like pop one a day, I've noticed when I'm driving and shit, like my hands get like less sweaty. So it's more of like a subliminal assistant, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people have like stigmas and different ideas about like what CBD is and stuff. And the best way I can explain it is it's non-psychoactive, so you won't get high, and it's kind of like I don't want to say non-controlling, but like you won't notice it. You know what I'm saying? It kind of just works on its own, like self-sufficient. And it helps with like knee pain. You know, I'd be in the gym out here lifting.
Hey.
So yeah, it helps with soreness, and yeah, I've been using the drop, dude, and I just do it right before I brush my teeth because I'm gonna brush them up anyway. And then yeah, I've been just cruising. You know, obviously it's it's not like fucking the secret ooze for Ninja Turtles. You know, it doesn't morph you or nothing, but
it's something that can help.
Yeah, dude. So for anyone and everyone out there that just deals with some surface anxiety or mental or social or driving or whatever it may be, dude, or just have trouble in life, making decisions and a little antsy about it, I understand. And we're here to tell stories about bringing it to the surface, and letting everyone know it's cool to be not okay, and we got you. So Sunday Scary, shouts to you. We're excited for the partnership. We got commercials, skits, and shit like that coming up.
Do we have like an access code we gotta give them, or for
promo man code? For 10% off of any purchase, man, go to sundayscaries.com, promo code bucket up for 10% off of any purchases. I suggested they got the gummy. Okay, so they got 3 products right. They got 4. It's gangster. So they got the vegan gummies that are sour, so they're like sour dots. Then they got the regular gummies, and then got the oil, which is like a little droplet.
I probably shouldn't ask, but like, what's making the gummies non-vegan and vegan? I'm confused on that.
That I don't know. They got it on the labels, and you got.
I mean, that's good. We got a vegan option though, so
right. I don't understand the difference either, but they all taste good to me. And then the fourth and cool option is they actually have anxiety bones for dogs.
Oh wow!
Okay. A lot of dogs suffer from anxiety from either PTSD or especially if they're a rescue dog or something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So they got a thing called FOMO bones. Funny about we just talked about the fear of missing out if you don't go out and just stay home. So shouts to Sunday Scaries for thinking of your furry ones too. So promo code bucket up for 10% of any purchase, man. And look forward to the skits and the content coming forward. And yeah, man, we got a lot of things in the works for you. So yeah, sundayscaries.com, man. Shouts to you.
Yeah, word. That's awesome. The dog thing's funny because I know a friend who, his dog definitely probably has anxiety because every time I call him, he'd freaking, the dog would be barking the whole time, or like you come over, you're not gonna do, you can hear the fucking dog barking, and then he just in his cage wilding out, and it's like, bro, he probably needed something, it's a little something. And also, like, Katie went out to bachelorette party this weekend, bachelorette party, and she doesn't really go out and do too many things like that per se, and she has anxiety. I know we probably talked about it before, and so she called me and she said she was feeling it heavy, and it's just because being in somewhere new in a different place, and you can kind of get overwhelmed with all the things bad that can happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the unknown.
Right. And, I'm not so much like that. Everybody who knows me, I'm pretty laid back. I can go with the flow. You kind of got to, put some of that shit out your head. But like some people, they just, that's just not the way they built. And so it's cool that, for us to sponsor with, a company like that, is trying to help people. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. So we're excited for the future and excited to, like we said, make this a little bit of a normal subject and not let people feel like they're, they're burdening people when they want to talk about it. But yeah, man. Trav, the birthday boy, was requesting some content, talking about he wanted us to give a recap on the Jussie Smollett situation.
Yeah, my main thing. So this whole thing, it's been crazy because there's kind of two takeaways that I get from it. But it was announced. I want to say in the middle of the week we saw that Jussie Smollett, he had 16 charges on him, and literally all 16 of them were dropped. By
And the charges were lying to the cops, right?
Yeah, it was false police reports. I was like, I don't know what 16. Like, it's funny because like when he got charged, they were saying he was facing like 40 some crazy amount of years, like 20 to 40 years, and I'm like, that seems excessive for filing a false police report, because I'm sure there's plenty of people who's called the cops on people not doing anything and nothing's happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so, like, obviously, this was like a big deal. They use, police resources, which you would do on literally any phone police call. But and so, like, if people thought, again, we didn't. The thing about it though is they dropped the charges, but to this day, I don't know. None of us really know what actually happened. We don't know how much he made up. We don't know if he made up anything. We don't know if he made up the whole thing. We don't know how the charges were dropped. And it just, the charges were dropped, and now everybody's kind of like coming to their own conclusions again. And I feel like we didn't learn anything from this whole like saga to begin with, because first he came out and people were jumping to conclusions about whether about him getting beat up, and then they started leaking the Chicago Police Department started leaking shit, and so people started coming to conclusions about him making the shit up. And now he's dropping the charge, and now people are saying that either they're saying like the Chicago police, which is warranted, like the Chicago, like who, if of all the police departments to trust, why the fuck would anybody trust the Chicago Police Department? You know what I mean?
I mean, sure. I will say, about all the theories I've heard, the best one I've heard, and Trav, listen up, there's a few, bro. The dude Jussie was messing around with somebody in Congress or somebody in.
And he got him to pardon him. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you guys, you know what I'm saying, like, or like something went south with the relationship, so then he staged this whole thing.
Maybe because like none of it makes sense. Like the only thing that kind of makes sense is somebody beating up somebody random because they thought they were gay. That is something that I believe can happen. Now, obviously I was skeptical. Like, I doubt MAGA people are watching Empire and specifically targeting Jussie Smollett. Like, that's where it was kind of iffy. And then, you come out with the other details and it's like, okay, so this looks shaky. But then you're like, okay, it's the Chicago Police Department, and how come all of this shit from the fucking investigation is just getting leaked out? Like, that never happens. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's just shaky. Like, police screwing over a black dude, that shit is a common theme throughout America. You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you supposed to believe in this case? And to me, I'm like, at this point, I only thing I've learned is to not jump to any conclusions. I'm gonna just wait for 6 years when the fucking documentary drops on Netflix. You know what I mean? Like, cause we don't know shit. You know what I mean? I don't know how we got off.
And I don't, dude. And I'm also not a fan of making someone famous. I mean, obviously he was famous before this because of Empire, but famous to me is only based on your radar, and he was not on mine, so he's not famous to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really caring enough to go backpedaling to find out like the backstory, because I don't care. Right. I actually liked R. Kelly's music and still do. I liked Michael Jackson's shit, of course, obviously. I love Michael Vick as a football player. So like all this shit that I'm down to go do the back history research on is because I'm like, all right, well, I kind of but I kind of like observe this celebrity from afar.
Right.
I don't give a fuck about Empire, bro. I didn't even know that show was still going.
Well, it was a popular show. That first season, it was like the first show to steadily gain viewers throughout this. Like every succeeding episode had more like viewers, which is like very unheard of. Which is so that's why it's still on, because even though mad people stopped watching it, it started off doing such high numbers that like even though it kind of waned down, like it's still pretty good in terms of what they bring into Fox. I'm imagining, so that's why that shit's still going. But yeah, no, I'm with you, bro, because I'm like, why? I don't know. Again, it's just funny that this became such a big thing because it's just wild. But I don't know. It's just crazy. To me, we need to learn not to jump to conclusions so quickly.
There was like a meme that was like directed at black people about that show, and I felt like I was just on the outside. So they were like, black people rather watch Empire than build one.
Oh nah, so you
I was like, it seems a little hot. I won't go in.
So yeah, there's a meme going around, and it's just a thing like where people are being sarcastic, and I don't know. You know what a hotep is?
Isn't that like a sellout or something?
Nah. So a hotep is like it's like a black person that's like overly pro black, like they.
Oh, I got you.
You know what I mean? And they're like Nation of Islam, like fucking.
They think they think it should be called barbecue sauce should be called black mayonnaise and shit like that.
But not even just. It's just like they're always. Usually, it's funny because like there's flaws in their whole logic. Like obviously they hate white people, but you know it's like black people need to build themselves up and they need to do this and that and like that's and it's like on the surface things that sound good, but then when you dig deeper, it's like shit that's like it's like it's dug deep in and like hyper masculinity and like fuck shit and a lot of sexism.
Yeah,
and
I don't know this one. I know a lot of slang, bro. This one ain't. This one ain't.
I know. This is like more like because it's like basically the complete opposite of what a Uncle Tom would be. Like Uncle Tom is somebody who is like trying to basically be a white person, and a hotep is somebody on the completely other end of the spectrum. Like black people need to do this, and like so that's it. That's what the meme comes up from. Where they're like, oh yeah, black people watch Empire, but they won't build an empire. They're like it's like a joke. Whoever said that was like being funny and trying to like be like that's something a hotep would say. Like, oh, y'all out here giving y'all money to the white man, working for the white man, but y'all won't take a pay cut to work for a brother. You know what I'm saying? That's like a hotep. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where the meme comes from because people do that too with like if people are like overly troops, you know what I'm saying? So they'd be like, oh, you guys give money to the Boy Scouts, but you won't give money to the men that were just boys when they went to the goddamn military. You know what I mean? But it's just like a joke because like people are overly because there are some people who are overly like, oh, you need to support the troops, and like just interject that into everything.
Right? Yeah, I imagine people say that a lot.
Right. So that's a little internet because like I know me, I'm an internet nigga, so I'm out here and I'm like on the 7th layer of it. So I'm catching all these jokes
that should be on your trading card, bro. Ty.
Internet nigga.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, man, funny. Before we get to burn song of the week, we were touching on thank yous and when to say them and why to say them and how to say them and when to say them. Funny reverse to that coin is when you give a thank you and you're actually expecting a reaction out of that person, which is unwarranted because you don't even know that person, especially if it's a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't give you the one you wanted, and you kind of feel like, man, I regret giving that person a thank you.
How are you gonna explain to me what situation this is?
I'm at the gym, where I go often. You know what I'm saying? I'd be doing this. Anyway, I'd be at the gym often, and there's someone rocking the Pac-Man socks that I have.
Oh, that's cool.
So I'm looking at him. I was like, oh, that's cool, man. This dude's got the same socks as me. Not at the same time, but I had those back home. So while he's walking by me, I don't run up to him to tell him this. I just wait till he crosses by me. And I kind of just point to his shoes. I was like, hey, man, I like your socks. I got the same pair. And he just goes, yeah, and just keeps it moving. So I go, you know what, man? Fuck your socks.
Even if you got the socks?
Yo, I look better. I'm the only one that could rock these out here anyway. The fuck you mean? Nah. But I was like low key, like, all right, man, whatever. Like, no one else gonna thank you. No one else gonna throw you compliment. No one else.
I mean, that's funny because it's like, I don't know, it's so benign, but I can see like if you gave a compliment to like a woman, she thinks it's coming off like a certain way, and she being like, oh, you know what I mean? Because she's just annoyed by it happening.
Right. Yeah.
Random dude is that's just funny. He's like, oh, okay, same sock, sure.
Yeah.
Like, cause I couldn't do that. You know, I feel weird when people are like, yo, I like your shirt, or like, yo, that's a nice ass hat. And I'm like, oh man, you know what? Thanks. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll say that, but then I'm like, damn, was that enough? Should I have complimented them? You know?
Well, let's take it back to a couple episodes ago when I talked about how when I give back, it makes me feel good.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I just compliment somebody, I don't have any intentions or expectations for them to give one back. I just feel like saucing them up and serving them out like hotcakes.
Right.
So sometimes I'll just be like, oh, cool, yo, if it's a Giants hat, I see someone rocking them, I'm like, all right, yo, Giants, some shit like that. And this dude had the Pac-Man socks, and I was like, yo, nice socks. And he's just like, yeah, kept it moving. He acted like he's a celebrity and he gets it all the time, I'm like, all right.
I'm tired of these fucking compliments on these socks, bro. I shouldn't have worn them.
Yeah, man.
My man gave you the stiff arm. That's wild.
And it was just like, all right, man, like, my bad.
See, like, I can't think of any like situation where I've done that where, I've given I mean, maybe I'm sure I've gotten like a thanks that wasn't really like, it wasn't very heartfelt. It's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, I'm gonna be overthinking it now. Next time someone's gonna compliment me on my sneaks, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, these old things."
Right, going extra hard.
Yeah.
Like, hey, man, thank you. I appreciate that.
Oh man, these ain't nothing. I just bought them with my hard-earned money.
Right.
Like, all right, man, chill.
That's funny.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Have you given some? I mean, I don't know. I was like, have you ever thanked any or given somebody a compliment? Doesn't sound like you have.
No, I have. I can't think of some time that I've done it recently, and somebody just was like the most ungrateful. I would have irked the shit out of me though. Like, I know of a situation that where me and Katie as a couple, I was giving somebody a gift, and they didn't say thank you, and I didn't care because it's kind of like how that person is. But Katie was kind of pissed about it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, fam, we don't have to give people gifts. You're not gonna really say anything that's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Katie's a teacher too, so she's really on the please and thank yous.
Right. So I think everybody understands that it's rude as shit to get a gift and not say thank you to somebody, even if you don't fuck with it.
I usually say, "Oh, thanks," or I don't say thanks. I say, "Oh, you should have. You owed me this." That's what I say when I get a gift.
And it's like, there's definitely times where somebody should have definitely hit you with the, yo, what is this? Like when you were giving your parents macaroni because like collages.
Yeah,
like, hey, happy Mother's Day, Mom. Here's a fucking macaroni thing, and she's like, oh, this thanks. But really, she in the back like, what the fuck I'm supposed to?
Here's a picture. Here's a picture colored outside the lines.
Right, like it's cute when you're a kid, but then like you get older and you're like, oh, it's Father's Day, and you get your dad a fucking pen or like a fucking tie, and he's like, all right, thanks. You know what I mean?
Or you get my dad, or like my dad a wrench, and he doesn't even know where that goes on the car.
Like, yo, yeah, dude. Like, my dad didn't even like. I don't really bring him up too much, but it's like he's not like he was like an office person, but like I got him a pen once, and it's like it didn't make any damn sense. You know what I mean? Like, you get your fucking dad a pen for Father's Day, but again, like that's obviously it's kids. The kids don't know fucking better any better.
Well, what's funny is like I think in when you were like early in elementary school or like you what was it? Yeah, like you had a crush on somebody or like you were trying to like impress the other kids or just the teacher or whatever the fuck it was. You just hear kids be like, "Oh, Mrs. Smith, I like your computer." And the teacher would be like, "Thanks, Jimmy,"
Yeah, like you just don't have no concept of what people actually appreciate.
Right.
But people still say thank you because that's a polite thing to do. Instead of being like, what the fuck? This is your friends, and you're like, what the fuck?
Right.
But I mean, that's that's just kind of is how it is,
Yeah, so but I learned my lesson now. Going forward, I'm not gonna be thanking anyone or giving compliments at the gym. I'm gonna stay in my lane, and if
There
someone
you go.
compliments me, I'm gonna just hit them with the "Oh, thanks, bro. Yeah, thanks." And like
All right.
just enough to be like, acknowledge they compliment, and enough to let them know like that's all I need.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I run the risk of getting compliments because my fits be fire. I got the bucket up pod tanks that you can get on tpublic, .com. And we'll drop the link for that. But yeah, man, and also my shoe game is just out of this world. So
There you go.
it's hard to go to the gym, bro.
Everybody just shower Jesse with compliments. That's what that means.
That's all I'm saying. I'm a compliment magnet. But yeah, get into it. I think we've arrived. Burr, song of the week, man. I want to say shouts to the sponsors. Sunday Scaries, man, bridging the gap for anxiety awareness. You know what I'm saying? A gummy a day will keep the anxiety away.
Mm-hmm.
And Big Sean just recently came out about his anxiety and depression and how he's trying to get a handle on it.
Yeah, man. I think it's just more and more we need to just learn that like money don't really solve all our problems.
J. Cole said, the money won't erase the pain. Damn.
Right.
Anyway, but yeah, man. So let's take it back to a couple albums ago. Big Sean. I like Sierra Leone. So
there you go.
Sierra Leone, old school Sierra Leone. Because one day he'll right the wrongs. But yeah, shouts to that. Shouts to Sunday Scaries once again. Can't wait to get this popping.
All right, nice. My song of the week. I haven't had a chance to listen to much of the albums that dropped this week. I did listen to Logic. Logic came out with a book, I guess, called Supermarket, and I don't know, it's like a dude that works at a supermarket and he's trying to get a girl or some shit. I got no clue. I listened to the damn album because it's Logic, and it was like weirdly like indie music, and then he just throw rap verses at the end. So I'm not gonna recommend any of y'all listen to that. Like I don't know how I was like doing, I was doing the bucket up like Friday movie picture shit. And so I was just kind of like I just had it on while I was listening to it. So I didn't like change it, but I was just like, what is even happening? And then by the time I was like, what's going on, then it would, a trap beat would come on and he would start rapping, and I'm like, okay, what's going on though? So yeah, you don't have to listen to that. There's a couple R&B albums that dropped. I'm gonna try to check out. I heard, some chick named Melly. I gotta check that out. Some other people. I think I listened to the Sweetie album, and I mean she's whatever.
I didn't like the new Uzi Vert. Russ has a song that's out that's good.
You didn't like the new? I like the new Uzi Vert.
Nah, it kind of felt like it felt like he didn't really ever really hit the beat. The beat never really dropped. It felt like it was just the top of like a roller coaster the whole time.
Yeah, that's how I think. Have you heard New Paddock?
Yeah,
I feel like he's been doing that flow where like it's, what I mean. He's like he says the line and he comes in with the next line like direct, like right after, like directly after, to where like they're kind of almost on top of each other. That's how he's been kind of rapping. And it seemed like those two songs were like kind of on the same vein. I don't know why he did the thing to his voice on that song. And I think that might have threw me off of it a little bit. But I did like it. He's going through some wild shit with, the label he's with. But apparently Jay-Z swooped in and had Rock Nation kind of pick him up. So maybe he gets a new deal and he actually releases his fucking album. Because, people, the streets, not everybody, but the streets are missing Uzi. You know what I mean?
And then quick update real quick. But yeah, streets missing Uzi, man. We've been out of pocket. Nah, man. Auburn just reached the Final Four, dude.
Oh, Auburn won? Damn.
Yeah. So it's gonna be Auburn, Virginia, Texas Tech, and then the winner of Duke and Michigan State, man.
Damn, I saw Kentucky was like beating them by a lot. That's crazy. I didn't know. Auburn, shouts to them because they lost one of their best players the other day too.
And so shouts to Dom Garrett from Debate the Slate. He said that Duke is going to lose to Michigan State, and if that happens, like shouts to him because he called that like 2 rounds ago.
That'd be crazy if it happened. I hope it doesn't because I just like watching. Like it's weird. Ever since Duke started getting black players, I stopped hating Duke as much.
That's a weird trend.
And it's not even like because it's not like I hated the white guys, but they got like a type of white dude that they always have play for them. Like they always had the fucking what's the dude who looked like Ted Cruz? What's his name again? Fuck.
Christian Laettner.
No. Yeah, Christian Laettner's in that vein. When JJ Redick was there, he was there. Like I like JJ Redick way more as an NBA player than I did in college. Like they had like the villain white dude who was like pretentious on purpose, and like you know what I mean. And he was obviously always good, so it was like easy to hate Duke like then because it's like what are they doing? But then the like Duke in the past maybe I want to say 5 to 7 years, they just been recruiting. They just been Kentucky. Like they basically just been recruiting the best players, and then like you know, Coach K is cool, whatever. But I think he's kind of eased up on that. Like he's kind of drawn. He used to just draw for like, oh, I'm the coach. Me being the coach is the reason why this team is good. And it's not that he's not a good coach. I'm not saying that, but he's more being like, yeah, I got really good players. That's why we keep winning. Like you know what I'm saying? He's getting more and more like Calipari in the last couple of years. So it's been harder for me to be like I hate Duke because I'm like I definitely want to watch Zion play. So like I'd rather watch Zion for 2 more games than you know fucking Michigan State. I don't know who the fuck's. I can't name one player on Michigan State, so I don't really care. But you know whatever happens. But yeah, my song of the week is "Superpowers" by Coltrane featuring GoldLink. You know if you want to get on more some R&B tip. Also, shouts to Tierra Whack. She keeps dropping albums. She had a track called Unemployed drop last week. I forgot to shout it out, but that shit fire too. Her spitting on there. But yeah, those are my songs of the week.
I'll check them out as always, man. But again, Todd, thanks for putting up with me week in and week out. Usually we sprinkle this in the middle, but for the new buckets, man, where can they follow us?
Right. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. You know, we're the Bucket Up Podcast on there. On on Instagram, we're at the Bucket Hat Boys, and then on Twitter, we're at Bucket Up Podcast. If you, I don't know what the hell you listen to us on right now, but keep in mind that we're also on Google Play, we're on SoundCloud, we're on Spotify, we are on Apple Podcasts. You know, so you can catch us almost anywhere. So if you want to, and don't forget to, if you're on Apple Podcasts, especially, rate and review us. You know, leave a 5-star review, leave a written review. That'd be pretty nice. Just so that we can, you know, rise up the ranks and more people can hear us. And make sure you fucking recommend us to people if you think they like shit that we talk about. You know, if they ask what kind of podcast we are, we're a Life Pod. We talk about, you know, life, music, culture, news, you know,
anxiety.
All the shit, bro. Life questions, people. Cause you know, we ask the shit that you probably think about to yourself, but you never really ask out in public, you know?
Yeah, and it's stuff that you guys do every day. Thank yous and compliments and coworker interactions and paying your taxes and you know, look out for guests, man. We got some cool guests coming up for episodes 80 and beyond with my homie Osahan Iraborn, former Sun Devil. He's gonna talk about the life before and after college football.
Mm-hmm.
We got my boy Anthony from Instagram. He runs a couple accounts and has over 12 million followers.
Wow.
So we can talk about growth hacking. We got my man Rob. He's a personal trainer from Nike. So anyway, we got mad people lined up. So keep it up, bucket up. We're gonna keep growing. Episode 79, volume 79, officially now sponsored by Sunday Scaries. I'm the kid JB, and I'm out.
We out, fam.
I don't know if Ty had anything else to say, but I'm out. We out.
Chit.
Burn.
All right, let's do the recap. Recap, no cap.
Yeah,
so what?
This is the vegan stuff.
Oh, hold on. Let me look. I went off the screen. Say something.
So this is the vegan.
Is that gummies or is that the drops?
This is the gummies. Here, let me show you. I have an idea for a commercial, like here. So it's just like a sour dot. So I was saying like some shit where I'm like, dude, I want to know what app you can do it with, but you know the videos you see people do where they're just looking at something and it looks like they do their voice, like it's their thoughts.
Oh, what they probably do is they're just editing it so Like they just put the video. They say something in the regular video, and then when they go to edit it, they just take that audio and put it over the other video. You know what I mean?
Well, because what I was thinking about doing is every time we could do, not every time, but a couple ads we do could be me spazzing like I don't know, blah blah blah, and that's the audio. And then once I take a gummy, it's your voice being like rational and being like, "Nah, fam, there'll be a parking spot. You need to chill."
That's a good idea. I like that idea.
You know what I'm saying? And then that way we don't have to like worry about linking up and all that shit. It's just like it's just audio.
No, I like that idea. That's a good idea.
And then I was also thinking we should do the pod like in person once a month or something. That way we could link up and do a bunch of videos at once and then just spread them out.
Yeah, it just depends on like because usually when we do it on Sundays, like I gotta do shit. So yeah, it depends. We can figure it out.
That or just figure out like we did, just send like a bulk of like memes and videos at once and then just spread them out throughout the month or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I was thinking of that episode or that video as like an idea for like just like the intro thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking about doing a picture of just like me doing the droplet and just linking our logos and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the idea I had with what's his name with what's that dude, Riley.
Yeah, I know. Riley.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. We could do that with the video idea, or like I said, we could figure out an app that does that that lets us do like the audio and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is the dropper bottle or whatever.
All right, nice.
Yeah, it's sick, dude. It's tasty and it's good quality.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna probably send this shit to you, man. So, Katie, you could try it.
Yeah, she can see if it works for her. Okay.
But yeah, so let's just do the rundown. It's just like lotion though, man. Like I want people to reduce like the stigma behind it. Like I was trying to offer it to my roommate the other day.
He thought it was weed, right?
And he was just like, I don't know, man. I gotta be like in a clear mind. I was like, dude, it's a fucking gummy bear. I'm like, it's not.
I know some people eat edibles and they're like fucking because edibles are wild, you know.
Yeah, but dude, it's like
I know it's not that. I was just saying like that's probably why people are equating the two things.
Right. They're conflating it, and then it's funny is like, it's like equivalent to like if you were to have like an aspirin, like that's the best way I can explain it, or it'd be equivalent to having like a mint, like like mint enhances your breath. Like I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just funny. So he's just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm like, it's a gummy bear, fan. People, that's what I'm trying to also like. People need to reduce the idea of like, oh, it makes you like I can't even drive. It's like nah. It just makes it like if your knee is like swollen, it'll just like unswell it. I don't know. It works for every other people. Fuck it.
I'm trying to think of what we talked about.
Going at my bad. Movie reviews.
Seeing Us again, a few TV show and movie review. A Netflix TV show and movie review. Going Out As You Get Older. An update to Jussie Smollett. And then what was it? Oh, we can just do that more. It'll be fine.
Going Out As Older and then saying thank you or giving people compliments.
All right, so I'll do today on the Bucket Up podcast. I Saw Us Again, and then you can do a Netflix TV show and movie review. and then I can go going out as you get older, and then you can do a Jussie Smollett update, and then I'll just do giving compliments and more. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Today, oh,
my bad. I was gonna say add the sponsor in there.
in the rundown. I mean, we're gonna have it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, we got a new sponsor. Oh yeah, we got a sponsor.
Yeah. Shouts to the sponsor. We could just say
Um.
shouts to the new sponsor.
Okay, yeah, you want to throw that in there? Said okay. Hold on, I'm trying to think of when to throw it in there. Seeing us again. I saw us again. Netflix TV show. You can just do it. Okay, I guess when I say giving compliments, and you say, "Oh, and we're sponsored and more." How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. On today's episode of the Bucket Up Podcast, I saw us again.
A Netflix TV show and movie review.
Going out as you get older.
A Jussie Smollett update for y'all.
Giving compliments.
Hey, don't look now, but the Bucket Hat Boys is sponsored again and more.
I bet.
Cool.
Cool. All right, I'll edit this and then I'll get it back to you, my guy.
All right, cool. Then I'll let them know that we dropped an episode so they can start plugging it.
Nice.
All right, man. Good shit, man. The sky's the limit. This is sick, dude, because they're on the come up too. And like as they grow, we're gonna grow with them.
Mm-hmm.
And like people will just recognize us from like their shit too. Like, oh, that's the Bucket Hat Boy. You know, it'll be a good cross.
Be nice.
Yeah. So, all right, man.
All right, peace.
Later.
See. You are now listening to the Bucket Up Podcast. Find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you can find podcasts, my G. And be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram to submit any questions, topics, or just shoot the shit with the homies. Or shoot the shit with the homies.